thanks for joining me for Origami with Miss Cynthia. This week we are celebrating Arbor Day, which is celebrated on April the 30th. I have a special bookmark to show you today, a waterfall bookmark. This piece doesn't consist much of folding techniques, rather it holds a lot of measuring. I cannot wait to show you. Now, let's get started. The supplies you will need are 3 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, a ruler, pair of scissors, glue, pencil, and some coloring supplies. Alright guys, once you selected your 3 sheets of paper, I wanted to show you how the waterfall bookmark works. You just pull this and you can see your waterfall bookmark there. Just like this. Alright, so I have chosen 3 different colors. One of them will be the base where all your drawing will be. The second color will be kind of just a border around that design, the drawings that you did. And then the last one, which I'm going to use black, is the base to the bookmark. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the centerpiece. And let's go ahead and get started by folding this in half. And I'm going to fold it in half one more time. Now, out of this sheet of paper, we need to cut out 5 squares that measure 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So bring out our handy dandy ruler here. We're going to focus on that centimeter measurement. And we're just going to measure out the 5 centimeter mark. Then we'll go this way and measure out 5 centimeters this direction. So the length and the width need to be 5 centimeters. All right, and then I'll just go through here and connect the 2. Just draw a straight line through. Then I'm going to connect it this way. All right. And then I'm just going to cut right on the tracing of that 5 by 5. Now I'll have 4 squares, so I'll just use one of them as a template. So we've got the 1 square, 2, 3, 4. Just need one more. So I'm just going to use this as a template just to trace it. Okay, so now that we have our 5, I'm going to go ahead and mark this one. This one was our 5 centimeter by 5 centimeters. We have a total of 5 of these. Go ahead and set these aside. Now bring out the piece of paper that you want to use as your border. And for me, I'm going to go ahead and use the green. Now we need 5 squares measuring 6 by 6. Now the folding, just so I'm not cutting and measuring 5 times, I'm going to go ahead and fold my paper in half this direction. Now if I fold it this way, I won't have enough leeway for me to cut the 6 by 6. So I'm just going to fold it my right to left, so my paper is a little bit wider. All right, and then I'm going to fold it one more time. Okay, and do the same thing. You're going to measure out a 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So your length and your width will be your 6 by 6. Straight line through, and I'm just going to connect the two. Okay, and then go ahead and cut that out. I already have some pre-cut here. So you have 2 sizes of square. You have your 5 by 5 squares. There's a total of 5 of those. And then you have your 6 by 6 squares. There's also 5 of those. So the white I'm using for me to draw on it, and then the green will be what shows here on my blue as the border. Okay, go ahead and set these aside. We'll work with them later. Now you'll need to cut out a strip on your last sheet of paper there. I chose black for mine, and I already have these pre-cut, but you're just going to cut out a strip, and the strip will measure 6 centimeters by 28 centimeters. And then you'll cut out another strip that measures 2 centimeters by 12 centimeters. Okay, and I already have those pre-cut. Now grab one of your squares that measures out 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. And what you want to do is go ahead and align it to the bottom part of your base. This strip right here, the longest and thickest, will be the base to your bookmark. So go ahead and align it to the bottom. And you're just going to draw the line going right across on the top portion of that square. Now from that line, you're going to bring out your ruler again, focusing on the centimeter. And from this line going upward, you're going to do 4 markings that measure 1 centimeter apart, okay? So just align your ruler to that line here, and then do the marking where the 1 centimeter is at. 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and 4. I'm going to do that to the other side. Just align that to that line and do my markings, 4 of them, 1 centimeter apart. Okay? And then I'm just going to connect my dots. Just like this. All right, so after you've drawn your lines there, you're just going to bring it up and fold it, following the lines. I'm just going to do that all the way through, creasing your paper through the lines. This is such a fun bookmark to make. It's really cool. All right, so once we fold the creases there, go ahead and set both strips off to the side. And let's start working on our squares. All right, grab your glue, and we're just going to glue these onto your bigger square, centering it. Just like this. All right, you're going to do this all throughout all 5 of your squares. All right, go ahead and just do that all the way throughout. All right, guys, so once you have all of your 5 squares all glued together, go ahead and bring out your big strip. Now, you can draw on your squares before you start gluing, if you'd like, if you feel more comfortable and you're on a flatter surface or more movable, or if you want to wait till they're all glued here together and go back and draw on them, you can do either way. So how we're going to glue this is make sure that when we're gluing this on to the base of your bookmark, that you only do a strip of glue. All right, so we're going to grab one of your squares and then just do a strip of glue on the very top. And where we're going to glue this, we're going to start from bottom, working our way up. On that first line that you see, you're just going to parallel that and just glue it onto that line. You don't want to put glue on that bottom portion. The reason why we don't want to put glue and then just a strip on it, if you put glue all the way through, they will all stick together. And when you want to create that waterfall effect, it won't work because they'll all be glued together. All right, so we're going to move on to our next square here. So this is my second line, and I'm just going to scoot that up onto, using that line and that crease as a guide as to where to glue. All right, let's work on our last one here. Look at that, guys. It's really coming along. All right, so now we're going to grab your full piece, and then just the top portion, just kind of like float it down on the bottom. Just fold it down just like this. Now, this guy here, the smaller strip, is what makes everything work. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue. Well, before we start gluing, we're going to wrap this around that bottom base one, including this bottom little tab that hangs out on it's your first slide that you glued, but it's your last slide on your waterfall. You're just gonna wrap it around, so just hug it around both. Now, when you're folding this around both of them, make sure that it's not really tight, otherwise it won't work. Just make sure you leave a little bit of space off to the side here when you're folding that. Okay, so where are we gluing? I'm going to put a dab of glue there and a dab of glue there. We want this glued not to that bottom slide here of the main portion of your bookmark. You want to glue it to the second tab that connects to your last slide, okay? So we're just going to hug that there, and make sure that your glue is in the inside, not on the back side. All right, so we're just going to glue that into place, add some pressure. All right, my glue's not dry yet, so let me see if it helps us here to pull it together. Okay, so how you're going to do this is you're just going to hold on to this piece that holds it all together, and just this bottom portion you're just going to pull downward, and you can just watch your waterfall bookmark in action. I don't want to pull on that one too much because I know my glue is wet, so let me bring in the one that's really nice and dry and all colorful. So you hold on to this piece here and pull this downward for your waterfall bookmark to work. And there you go, guys. There is your origami waterfall bookmark, and have a happy Arbor Day. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and see you next week for more origami fun. Bye!